I'm with Joey Bellmore here in Cornwall, Ontario. Joey is a bit of an internet sensation. We don't have too many of those from Cornwall. You have a YouTube channel.
Yep, that's correct, yeah. And this is it right here behind me, as you can see in the background.
Yeah. And how many views have you had on YouTube?
It's over 1 million now, and counting, and I had a little technical issues. My computer crashed. So, you know, we're at a bit of a standstill right now, and but like I said, what I've done, I've told you earlier, what I've done now is just a warm-up, and I intend to take it to heights, you know, as high as I can take it, as big as I can make it, and as many people as I can get to listen. Like when I first started, I never thought in a million years I'd get to even 200 people, and now we're getting to 4,000 and counting, and if I had still been going now, you see it gets 20, 30 new subscribers every day, and it's really remarkable.
Now, the reason we're even talking right now is because of the fact that when you went offline, we had almost 40, well, it was close to 50 emails in 2 days.
Yeah.
They were Googling Cornwall, and they addressed us, and we reached out and got a hold of you, and now we're interviewing you now. What is it that you focus on your YouTube channel that's attracted this much attention? Some people have like you yourself, you know, I think we were referring to you as a kinder and gentler Alex Jones.
Yeah, well, basically I'm just trying to wake up people to the realities that surround them. And by that I mean there's a ruling elite, we'll call them the powers that be. Now if you do the research, you're going to see all these names, a Rothschild and this and that, but I'll tell you right now, in my opinion, the names we know aren't the really names we need to worry about, and it's not about stopping these people. It's more about being aware and understanding how to deal with these tribulations that will arise in the near future. Now, I can't put a date on when things are going to happen, but the reality is we're looking at economic collapse right in the face. Look at all the major economies around the world. Europe, I'm sure you're aware of that. You're a very informed guy. You know, the United States, and the debt crisis is all over. You've got, you know, we're on the brink of basically a World War III, and I've talked about it extensively. If you look at the work of Albert Pike, I believe it's in the early 1900s, he had brought out material explaining how that was the plan from the beginning, was 3 world wars to collapse the world into a one world government. And that's what this is all about, and I've talked about, you know, the restrictions in regards to health, from vaccinations like the HPV that have proven to be tremendously dangerous, the swine flu vaccine, all these things, and I've talked about all these extensively, and they're all in my videos. I won't.
So what turns you on, and why are you so passionate about this stuff? You're 30 years old. You're here in Cornwall. You've got a business degree from the local college. You're not making millions off this. It's not a real moneymaker. As a matter of fact, you were taking $1 donations. I think you've had a total of, what, $200?
Yeah, about 200 so far. And like I said, I intend on growing it bigger, so hopefully maybe more donations will come in, but I don't really do it for the money. And if anyone who's a follower of mine and has watched all my videos knows that I'm kind of against materialistic beliefs. So for me, I don't need a lot of money to be happy. I can be happy. Just give me a shack somewhere with an internet connection and a place to work out and maybe some good friends and a soulmate, and that's all I need in life.
Now, you talked about some very global situations and problems.
Yeah.
Most people living in Cornwall or nearby in Montreal, Ottawa, can't have a direct impact per se on a global situation. I'm a believer that we can have impacts though on local situations. Yeah. Do you encourage people to get involved in local politics, local activities, and to try and make a change?
See, yeah, I do. You know, I often said that you can't be involved, you can't change anything from within the system, basically. I've said that a lot, but it's like I told you earlier, I do agree that you need a multi-level approach to solve some of these issues right now, and it may even entail, you know, hopefully people getting involved, you know, truthers, as you want to call them, like myself, maybe, getting involved in politics. Or maybe if we can wake up powerful politicians to these truths and realities in this world, maybe that'll go a long way. But in the end, we need to figure out the systems they use to profit the most and bleed them from that aspect, in my opinion. And that meaning, in regards to that, I mean, you know, the banking system, the political system. If we keep voting for these people, nothing's ever going to change. That's why nothing ever changes. They just put their puppets in power. All these corporate-funded movements and campaigns, I was still looking for the word there, campaigns for these politicians, and they know what the people want. People don't like how things are, so that's why every single president and prime minister always preaches change, right? Like Barack Obama. Change we can believe in, yes we can. Oh, I'm going to bring all the troops home, no more war, and he didn't do any of it. In fact, he created more wars, okay? And it's not just Obama. Don't get me wrong, because I've had people online attack me and say, oh, you don't like Obama, you're racist. I preach against racism all the time, and I have black friends, I have East Indian friends, I have all kinds of friends. I run a basketball league here in town with all kinds of people from all kinds of different ethnic backgrounds. So,
Joey, you referred to people, and I guess you call yourself as well a truther.
Yeah.
What happens if a position you take you find out is completely wrong?
Don't get me wrong, and that has happened, but I don't make statements anymore, okay? But I have been wrong in the past, and I have made videos saying that I'm wrong, and that's what we have to do in this world, because no one on this planet is perfect, and no matter what you do and how good you are at it, there's going to be times where you're wrong, and you realize it, and that's just another step towards becoming a better person or reaching your goals or whatever. You got to admit these faults and work at it. And that's what I preach in my videos, self-development and improvement. That's what this whole existence is about, in my opinion.
Now, last question. You mentioned something about you can't achieve change within the system. I find nowadays that young people are completely disenchanted with the political system. You're 30 years old. A lot of the people that are in the truther areas are younger people also. How do you get young people more interested in what's going on around them in the world and what's happening on American Idol?
You know, that's a great question, because it's so hard, right? It's like I've often said, people know who won the last 10, 20 American Idols or the last 10, 20 Super Bowls, you know, but they don't know anything that's going on in regards to legislation that's restricting their freedom and their rights. And they don't know what's going on with the earth changes and climate change and all these things. They don't know what's, you know, you take a look at things like, you know, I'm kind of getting sidetracked, but you take a look at things like Bill C-51 in Canada here and Bill S-510 in the States, which is trying to make it illegal to grow raw organic foods for the average person, okay? And, you know, it's sickening. And why can't you, they want to make it illegal, as in it would be to grow, you know, marijuana or something, you know, like it's a criminal offense. And it's...
Well, it is right now.
What's that?
To grow marijuana.
Oh, no, that's what I mean. They're trying to make growing organic food is criminalized in that respect.
Right.
You know, like it's illegal to grow marijuana, right? And that's just completely wrong. Everyone is entitled to their own right to grow their own food and have the right to eat healthy. And because if you follow my health and wellness videos and the health and wellness shows that I've done, and I've done hundreds of them, I've shown you how a lot of these, what you eat can help cure cancer even. You know, pineapples and mushrooms and a lot of these things, broccoli, you know, raw organic stuff. Don't eat the GMO stuff. And you know, I've shown legislation where farmers can actually label GMO stuff as organic now in the Codex Alimentarius legislation that I've done videos on in the past years. And it's just really sickening when you see the assault on the rights of the people. And that's what the Charter of Rights and Freedoms is there for, to protect us from our government. And it, just like the Constitution in the United States is there to protect them from their government, right? And we're seeing all the constitutional rights and the Charter of Rights and Freedoms all undermined by certain legislation. And because people aren't informed politically, they don't know. And it's like, I don't mean do nothing in politics, I just mean be aware, so you can actually take a stance on something and be informed, make an educated decision. Don't just, oh, everyone thinks this, so I'll just do this. You know,
right.
We got to get away from that Homer approach, because that's what we've created in society. A society full of Homers and Goofies. And it doesn't mean people are stupid, because they can change in the drop of a dime. Stimulate your brain, stay active, because that's the one thing that can never be taken away from you is your health and your knowledge, okay? You can acquire all these things, houses, cars, and trucks, and the white picket fence and everything. That can all be taken away. And then what are you left with? A person who doesn't know anything, unhealthy, miserable, you know? But at least if you have your health and your knowledge, you still have that forever.
All right, Joey, and if people want to see your videos on YouTube, how do they find the channel?
You can go to www.joeyb, or sorry, let me rephrase that, www.joeyb, .youtube/ Actually, can you edit that out for a second? Okay, let me do this over. www.youtube.com/joeyb613. You can also, there's a link to my Facebook on there and everything, and you know, like I said, we're at a little bit of a standstill now because my computer crashed and that, and you know, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm not a rich dude by any means. So until I get back up and running, you know, there won't be any more material posted for a little bit. But like I said, what I've done so far is just a warm up, and I'll be back strong soon. And I do want to take a time right now to thank all my loyal subscribers out there, and for all the concerns, and I knew that the people would jump to conclusions, and I really truly apologize for not coming down and putting a message out sooner, but I didn't think it would cause this much of an uproar, and when I see the support out there, it really warms my heart, and I love all you guys to death.
Thanks, Joey.
Thank you, James.